Hi, this is Natalie Lander, voice of Kinsey, Tara Branford, Stargirl, and many others. You are listening to a W2Mnet podcast. You can visit W2Mnet.com for other podcasts about entertainment, video games, sports, and wrestling.
TheChairShot.com. Always use your head.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Talk the Keki, where we talk about our weekly animes from the seasonals or just whatever we watch that's on Netflix that came out, or basically anything anime related in between, all the bunch of anime goodness that you all know and love like we do. I am Matthew, your host, and joining me is the co-host who also does in the podcast world of MMA, wrestling like I am. Ethan, what's going on?
Konnichiwa. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. We had a bit of a week. I know you were mostly catching up on because you were behind a lot, and I feel like you have made some progress.
I have made progress. So at this point, I'm behind on the latest episode of My Hero. I'm 2 episodes behind on Spider, which I will be watching tonight, and I haven't seen Mars Red as of yet. I'm caught up on most everything else except for Osamake and the Monday anime. So my goal for the viewers next week is to be caught up at least on To Your Eternity and Osamake, hopefully. So that way I can give you guys, we can have conversations, because those are 2 that Matthew is watching that I want to talk about with you and with him as well. So that's my goal. I'm saving, for those who don't know, my favorites of the season, 3 of my favorites, 3 that Matthew's been watching. Well, no, he's not watching Fruits Baskets. Fruits Baskets is one of my favorites of the season. It's the other 5-star anime that I've given, and I've only seen up to 7 episodes. It's already 5 stars. Nothing I've read or seen would indicate that it's gone down in any way, shape, or form. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that at some point. Hero is one of those fringe ones. It's definitely a 4 for me out of 5, and I may give it a 5. I'm behind on that, and then I'm behind on Nagatoro, one of the funniest animes of the season. So my final goal before this season is a wrap, is to be able to watch Hero, then Fruits, so I get my crying and sadness and emotionalness out the way, and use Nagatoro as a pick-me-up to make me feel better about life and circumstances. So those are my last 3 that you'll hear me and you'll hear us talk about, is my goal. So hopefully, like I said, next week I'll be able to talk about Osamake and To Your Eternity, so we can include more now that more shows are dying down for the seasons, and then we'll go from there. So just a quick update in terms of where I'm at.
Yep, it's either next week or the week after, where the seasonals will wrap up. We will see. We'll figure out when we get there. And if I finish before him, as summer starts, he'll probably talk about it briefly before we do the summer. Anyway, we got news. We got some topics from our Facebook group at Isekai Anime at Facebook, so join us there. I had a couple of seasons end. I will talk about them in detail later, especially Vivy. That's the long one for me. Alrighty, let's get some news out of the way. We had big news. Popular Isekai anime, Saga of Time of the Evil, has confirmed for season 2. And I know you are excited for that one.
I am excited. For those who haven't seen it, I implore you to watch it. It is part of the Isekai Quartet. For those who haven't seen the Isekai Quartet, it is one of the most hilarious modern animes that you can watch. For those who don't know the Isekai Quartet, there's so much to break down with it. For those who don't know the Isekai Quartet, it's broken down into, quartet means 4, so it's broken down into 4 Isekais. ReZero, which is one of the most popular isekais, one of the most darkest isekais that are out there right now. God damn it, now I'm forgetting them. Overlord, which is another hilarious fucking isekai. Very, very watchable. Would recommend that. The third one is God. Again, I'm fucking drawing blanks now.
Sign of the Evil.
No. Konosuba. Yep. The funniest fucking anime I've ever seen in my life. Still is the funniest fucking anime I've seen. I've seen lots of funny anime, but Konosuba takes the fucking cake of funny anime. And then the fourth one is Tanya the Evil. More serious, but has its funny moments in its own way. Season 1 was really good. The movie was sensational. The story was good. The animation was fan-fucking-tastic. It is a fighting anime. It's probably got more battles than any of the four isekais, I'd say. So for sure, if you like battles, that would definitely be what you're drawing into. For those, let me break down, I guess, real quick. Tiny the Evil. Tiny the Evil is a middle. It's about a middle-aged man who's disgruntled with life. He fucking is miserable. He gets fired from his job, and freaking besmirches God, and he's pissed off that God, like, basically, led him to this, and he hates God. And so I forget, either he gets pushed onto the tracks in front of a train, or he accidentally slips and falls. But at the moment of impact that a train is going to kill him, Train Kun, we'll call him Train Kun. Train Kun's about to kill him. He has a conversation with God, and God says, "Would you like to repent?" Blah 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 blah, and he just curses out God. Basically, he tells God without saying "fuck you, fuck you." So God's like, "All right." So he becomes reincarnated in 18 in Germany, or 1909. Basically, he gets reincarnated back in time to World War I Germany. Except there's magic and other shit that's really cool. So, yeah, that's about that. I probably didn't do a great job of explaining it, but in any case, that is Tanya the Evil. That's my recommendation. By the way, as part of the Isekai Quartet, if you guys are fans of um, Rising of Shield Hero, that made a brief appearance in season 2 more than season 1, and at the end of season 2, or toward the end of season 1, we see an appearance of Cautious Hero, which I started a few weeks ago with my now ex-girlfriend, and that is also pretty funny. So those two unofficial isekais are also part of that Isekai Quartet show. So that would be a couple of recommendations that I just gave you. But regardless, long story short, season 2 of Tanya the Evil is coming out, and I can't fucking wait. Yeah, it was long.
All right, yeah, I'll be able to binge that as soon as I can, once I have time. I have not seen it, but I am familiar with the characters thanks to Isekai Quartet. And judging by the personalities, I am looking forward to watching the whole season of the movie to get ready for season 2. And we will definitely be talking about it once it happens. There's no official release date yet, but we are hoping soon.
Hopefully.
All right. Speaking of for news, we have a couple that were mangas being adapted to anime. We got a couple here. I'll read off. Sasaki to Miyano, which is going to happen in 2022. It is a school / slice of life / yaoi manga. I don't know much about it. I haven't read this one yet, but from what I'm hearing from reviews, it actually is good. I don't mind yaoi / yuri, so I am all down for it, as long as the story's good. Our style looks nice, so I'm definitely going to check this out once I get it released.
Yeah. At your behest, I'm so behind on different animes, but at your behest, and just for the sake of not being discriminatory, I love Yuri anime. Have not watched the yaoi. I will probably at some point give Given, which I hear is one of the most fantastic yaois out there, and a good music anime. Because I was talking about Snow White Notes, which I can't wait to talk about.
I was right. You finished that.
I finished Snow White Notes. I finished 86. Oh God, too fucking great. We will get into it. We will get to them. Sorry, but in any case, yeah. So I'm gonna give Given a shot at some point, so that way I can at least say, yeah, I totally, gave it a shot.
Basically, one more. We have Isekai Ojisan, which is Uncle from Another World, that is being confirmed as an anime. No release date yet, but I have a small synopsis right here. 17 years ago, Takufumi's uncle fell into a coma, but he's now back like a man risen from his grave. Soon, Takafumi discovers two bizarre things. His uncle treasures video games above all else, and while comatose, he was actually transported to another world as some heroic guardian. Now, not only does Takafumi have to room with an uncle who is literally magical, he also has to catch the guy who, on 2 decades of history, smartphones, high-speed internet, modern anime tropes, the traumatic outcome of the 90s console war. So this is going to be an interesting one. I have not heard anything about it, but judging by this, looks like it's a interesting yet comical concept. Once we get a release date, we'll let you all know. I will probably add this to the list when it comes out. And one more thing, there was an Amazon Prime series. What was it called again? What's it called? Love is hard for otaku.
I gotta watch that. It's been on my to watch list forever, and I hear it's a great rom com. I have to watch it. Yeah, you can go ahead with the news. I just
Oh
wanted
yeah.
to.
Speaking of, the manga is ending, and
Mm-hmm.
we have a OVA confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, as for when, we have no idea yet, but we'll keep an eye on it. I know my friend watched it and loved it. I haven't had a chance to watch it, but this is just in case for those who have Amazon Prime and watch
Mm-hmm.
some animes on there, like Vinland Saga, which is my favorite on there.
Mm. I have so many on there. Violent Saga is on mine. I was actually literally going to it now. Let me see what I have in my list. If I can pull it up really quick. I guess maybe not. Let me see. Here we go. Watch list. Love and Lies I have on there. Banana Fish was recommended to me. Violent Saga is on there. My Girlfriend's a Show Bitch, which is another funny rom com. That's on there. Made in Abyss was recommended to me. That's on there. And then Wotakoi Love is Hard for an Otaku is on there as well.
Alrighty, so once the OVA comes out, we might be able to talk about it. If we watch the show, we'll find out. And that is about enough for the news that we have for the evening. And now
Dude, I
let's
just thought about that.
what?
We should come up with a we should watch a fucking anime together. Like, just separate for that's like not maybe a seasonal, just out of the blue at some point. Just thought about that because you're like, oh, if it comes out, we could watch it. And I was like, we should watch something like random like that.
Yeah, we can pick it. We gotta find something that's good though. We gotta pick that one.
Yeah. Anybody out there that maybe want to give us a shout out of what anime we can watch together? Go ahead. Throw it in the comments. Throw us in a message. Let us know if you guys have a preference in terms of something you'd like us to watch. Me personally, I'm not a fan of anything horror related. I am a big pussy ass bitch, so I will not watch certain things involving horror and creepy shit. I guess that's my only
As
my only.
long as it's like a one season, we will.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot. Why not? Sorry for interrupting you. Go ahead, man.
Alrighty, let's get to the meat of the matter. We're going to talk about some of the reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Seasons have ended, but we are going to
Mm-hmm.
start Record of Ragnarok.
So let me begin because I've only seen the first episode. I watched it literally right before we got on this phone call. I liked the very first episode. It's got me very intrigued. So far, my only critique is when they show the gods' names in like little corner in purple. There's no accompanying translation. There's no subtitle, and I don't know who the fuck half these people are unless they mention their names, like Odin and others. So that irked me. But everything about the first episode I liked. You know what it had? It reminded me a little bit of like Kengan Ashura, the way that they like were like building up the battles and like some of the graphics. Kengan Ashura, for those who don't know, is a great Netflix fighting anime. I would highly recommend it. Very gory, so definitely don't watch it around kids. It is definitely an 18+ anime, so don't do that. Unless you want to watch it alone, or if your wife is into or husband is into cool shit like that, that's cool. But in any case, I digress. It reminded me a little bit of Kengan Ashura, just based off of the style of it. I know you have a couple critiques. One of them was the animation, at least in this
I'll
particular.
get to it,
Yeah, you'll get to it. I guess for me, that didn't stick out. But I've only seen one episode, so it's hard for me to give that much of an opinion. I know you have far more notes on this, so go ahead and let the world know what you think.
Alrighty. Why you hate me, Netflix? Alright. I love the manga of this. It is beautiful to look at. The art direction of it, just how the fights come about, the backstories of these characters. It is wonderful. And then I hype it up. I recommend it to friends. Then I found out it was getting animated. And I was like, great. And I love the trailer. The trailer showed really good shit.
Really cool shit. Yeah.
And like, I was like, okay, like I can't wait. And then it happens, and then my heart got ripped out. Let's all right. Let's talk about the good. There's a lot of good here. Let's get with that.
Okay.
The art of it is still gorgeous. The music is amazing. Like it fits the themes. And With Adam, I love Adam. He was one of my favorite characters in the series. They did him right. And then the fights happened. A good majority of them is just a slideshow. It's like Way of the House Hobbit animation, but it doesn't work.
No, don't tell me that, because I didn't get that. You mentioned that. Did you remember The Way of the House Husband, how it worked for The Way of the House Husband? I was like, yeah, dude. He's like, it doesn't work here. And I was like, no. And then I didn't notice that in the first episode, which is why I was like, oh, dude, I don't know.
That's I let it slide because Thor and Lu Bu, it's an average fight. I let it slide. Okay, maybe this type of animation is for the flashbacks, and we get some cool stuff in the fights. So okay, fine. I could tolerate that, but it didn't happen, and it just dragged. Like these fights scenes are like incredibly quick.
Well, I mean, gods are fucking gods, and
that's the thing. The humans have weapons to fight gods with. The Valkyrie are turned to a special item to fight against the gods. So it's a more even fight.
But I mean, I don't know. Are these gods susceptible to mortal wounds and shit? I guess because I guess
some have died. I'm not saying who, but some have died.
Okay. Okay.
And Guan Yu's a mech. Like, what the fuck?
There's a mech?
Guan Yu. No, the people cheering for Lu Bu. You know Dynasty Warriors, right?
Not really, but yeah.
Okay, like if you know the gays, Lu Bu is from Dynasty Warriors, the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, and you have Liu Bei's army with Liu Bei, Zhang Fei, and Guan Yu, and
those are the three guys that we see. One of them is the
they're not fighting. They're not fighting. They're just like in the fans. Right? They're like in the crowd.
Yeah. Because I saw episode 1. Oh, the mech was the fucking right. The giant one.
Yeah, Guan Yu. Guan Yu was never a mech, but he is here.
I thought he was a bit strange, but I kind of let it slide because I was like, whatever. So I'm not as invested as you are, clearly, because you've read the manga and you loved it. So it's a little different, I guess, from the side. But
all right. Anyway, I let it slide. I say, okay, maybe if they have to do Adam and Zeus right, and Adam as a character, phenomenal. I love him. Great character. But it's just the fight, like the last moments, it's just like a slideshow. And it's like, no. And it's like, I am done. But you didn't finish it. I will finish it. My friend finished it. He said it's still fine. Like there's a lot of positives that we talked about, and the negatives that we have are still the negatives, unfortunately. But I will finish it for the sake of, but before we get to the whole, I love Way of the House Husband. It worked. The creator wanted that way to make it happen, but here it doesn't work. The pacing of this was just so poorly done with just the fights. Like,
is it rushed, or is there just not enough shit that's fleshed out?
Well, that's the thing. Like, it is the same because, like, in the manga, it is like flashbacks, fighting, and some stuff behind the scenes. That's every fight. That's fine, but it flowed. Like there was nice transitions into it. It worked. Like here, it's just so. Like you could have, like it wouldn't kill them to animate some original fight scenes to make it flow nice because it's just like a slow pace type of thing.
But dude, Netflix has to give their budget to programs that they're going to cancel after one season. You know that.
Well, it's like it's the same people that made fucking Jujutsu Kaisen.
Really? I didn't know that.
Don't tell me they were fucking burnt out. Don't give me that shit.
Oh man.
But my God. But overall, so far, it's like it's a 3 out of 5.
Okay, that's not
so
terrible.
far. But again, there's a lot of good there. Just the fights bring it down so much.
Yeah. All right. That's not bad.
Let's say it wouldn't kill them to animate a lot of fights, like to make the time to fit the 23-minute time frame. They could have done like a little bits here and there to make it work.
You think they could have probably done, you said, because they're talking about the time frame, so if they would have animated the fights and elongated them more, so they probably would have more episodes. I don't know if there's not going to be a season 2 of, like...
It was either that or cut the episode shorter. Just make it 9 episodes.
Okay.
Like, since the fights are that short, just animate it like that. It'll save some time.
Sure. No, that makes sense.
That's all. You could have done 12 episodes and add the 4 fights. That would have been fine. Because I fucking love Heracles and Jack the Ripper, but I have to wait till season 2 for that.
So there's a season 2. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know what's gonna happen because right now, manga wise, we're only halfway through. Like we're like round 6.
Okay.
So and we're only Fight Free on Netflix or anime.
Okay. So the manga's still ongoing.
Yeah.
And they're only through 6. Oh, so this is gonna be a long. This will probably be a long-term project unless they.
This feels like a cash grab. I probably would have waited another year or so till it's like almost done.
Yeah.
And they probably could have made something work, but they didn't do that.
Right.
And that's how I am with Ragnarok for right now. We'll probably talk about it more when you're caught up.
Yeah, that won't happen until at least these seasons are over. Because, I mean, I still have to finish Yasuke, like we discussed last week. I have 2 episodes of Yasuke to finish. That's not terrible. So my goal, once everything is all said and done with this season, I'll watch the 2 episodes of Yasuke, complete Yasuke. I'll give you a small review on that since that's kind of old news. And then I'll binge Ragnarok. Because, like I said, after this first episode, I really enjoyed it. I may probably feel differently because I don't have that investment of the manga. So I'm not going to be nearly as disappointed. But we'll see. I'll watch it. I'll give my review then. By then, I'm sure you'll probably be done because I'm not going to get to that for at least another few weeks. So there's that. And then looking at next season briefly, it looks short, so I'll be able to catch up on a lot of anime, hopefully. I only have 10 shows planned for summer thus far. I don't know. I know you said you'd look at it in a little bit. Not today, but...
like I said, I'll wait as we get closer.
Yeah. So I've got 10 shows planned, so I should be able to catch up on this hopefully in the next few weeks. I'll do my best to try and get there, guys.
Alrighty, very good. Anyway, let's get... Which one should we talk about first that we watched?
Wait, do you want to go with the ones... I don't know. I feel like you should, because Vivy is getting so much news. What did you see? Vivy, and what else did you watch?
I finished Combatants Will Be Dispatched. Actually, I'll go over that real quick.
Okay.
All right. If you love Konosuba, you'll love Combatants Will Be Dispatched. It just wrapped up. Agent Sex against Russell for the final fights, and Alice uses the rest of their evil points, well, the now negative evil points, to get this mech type thing to fight the Chimera's mech. So that evened out, and Russell is defeated. And Six is woken up from his injuries. He was out for a week, and you see him crotchless, like pantless. Yeah, his crotch dick. His dick is flashing out.
Okay, you said crotchless. I was like, dude, he lost his dick. That's
no.
horrible.
I think he'll die. He'll die if he lost his dick.
Yeah.
Oh no. His dick was hanging out, and he thought Alice took his pants off, even though she didn't. And then all right, I gotta talk about this real quick. I love fucking Tiger Man.
Tiger Mask.
Tiger Man.
Tiger Man. I was sure he said Tiger Mask. I was like,
no. Different.
Tiger?
Completely
Tiger?
different. Completely different animes. Anyway, Russell the Chimera, who is now in prison. He's like, okay, we're gonna do to me. I'm gonna stay here forever. Like, no. We can probably let you go if you give the town water, because they had no water, and and Russell makes water with his Chimera powers. Like, he has never had a supply of water. And he's like, no, I am not going to do that. What makes you think I will? Well, I'm going to sell you to Tiger Man as a, like a little sex thing. And so Tiger Man's like, I'm going to have fun with you. You're going to dress up for me in all this pretty outfits. And Russell's like, joke's on you. I'm a boy. And he's like, did I stutter? Boy or girl, I don't judge. You still look cute in a skirt. Because basically Russell's like a trat. He's voiced by a girl, looks like a girl.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, no.
He's like,
Boku no Pico. No.
Joke's on you. Did I stutter? No, Tiger Man don't judge. Tiger Man wants what he wants.
So I'll fuck a pussy instead. It's okay.
Like, no. When there's a hole, there's a way. It's a man's job to thrust into it.
Oh no!
But no, and then he was like, "Okay, fine, I'll do the water. Just get him away from me." and during the credits, you see him producing water, and Tiger Man got him in a skirt, and he was looking under. He's like, "Nice." Fucking hilarious. But
I haven't seen the episode, and I just fucking laughed.
Oh no! If I can just find that clip, I will send it to you.
Oh my god, that's
all right. But yeah, as of right now, Styx cannot go back home because again, there are the negative evil points, so they need to get those back for their.
So there will be a then based off of that.
Hopefully. You know how these go.
I get you. What are you giving it?
Definitely 3.5.
3.5. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, no. I'm sorry. Made that a 4.
You give it a 4. All right.
Give it a 4. The characters are fun. The comedy is there. If you're not into like sexual innuendo and stuff like that, it's not for you.
You should probably stop listening to the show if you're not sexual innuendos.
Yeah, that. But other than that, it's a lot of fun. Definitely check it out. But yeah, that's it with that. Now you can talk about your Snow White notes.
So we'll interchange. That's cool. So we'll go 1 and 1. Snow White notes. It ended this week. I finally caught up on it. I watched 3 episodes back to back to back the other day. I loved it. There was at least one part. It's hard for me to describe it, but the way Snow White notes and how it was, I guess, delivered. It made you feel emotion. I wouldn't say honestly that the season finale was what got me, but some of like the build up to that finale really, really, really hit home and made me feel feelings. It was really good shit. The music, as I've said, is what the fucking show is based off of. It is amazing. You have to appreciate Japanese culture, and you have to appreciate, I guess, music, anime in general, to really, really, really hammer home the fact of how nice this show was done. I'm with you with Combatants Must Be Dispatched. I really hope there's a season 2. They left it open for there to be interpretation. There's a season 2. So I'm hoping that comes through. But yeah, dude, I don't know. The way I listened to it, the feelings I got, whenever I heard them play the shamisen, I was so happy. I always had a smile on my face listening to them play. The way they conveyed emotion through nature was superb. Rushing water, tears with rain, being in a Japanese forest surrounded by bamboo and nature. So many different depictions of the way the music made people feel and the emotions they had. It resonated, and I loved it so much. I also gave that a 4 out of 5 due to the feelings that it made me feel. I'm hoping there's a season 2. And I was sitting on my couch and I had a smile on my face. I welled up a couple times watching the show. And I really hope that they also have some sort of like romantic element. It's not the focus, but I really hope that Setsu and I forget her name now. She's like a little girl. Not a little girl. Let me phrase that. That sounds creepy. But it's not Koikimo. But it's not Koikimo. But they're in the same grade. But she's like really tiny. She's a really tiny girl. I really hope they get together. That seems like a really nice couple. Umeko, which is Setsu's mom, is a bitch. Literally, bro, like, can you imagine your own mother? Like, you get 3rd place because you did something your way. He played his song his way, which is what, and it just fucking drives me nuts. And it kind of, it's kind of to a lesser extent, it's kind of not a spoiler of Hachiro, but I'm reading this week's episode at Hachiro as we record. The penultimate episode, number 12, has to do with Sayu's mother being a cunt. Umeko, who's Setsu's mom, is also a cunt. Literally, she's like, you need to play. I demand you play your grandfather. Demand you play your grandfather. But Setsu, he kept struggling with the fact that his grandfather didn't want him to play the shamisen like him. He wanted him to have his own flow, his own music, and music that resonated with him, that came from his heart. And so he played this sad rendition of his grandfather's song, and Umeko was going nuts. She loved it, and everyone else appreciated what he was doing, but it wasn't Setsu, and that you can feel the pain in the perfection of his notes. And then he had a epiphany, and he said, "Fuck it," and he switched. And he fucking played this beautiful rendition of his song. And Umeko got pissed off because she's like, "Oh, how dare my son do this?" And the crowd went absolutely ape shit. And the judges were like, "Oh my God, this guy is a phenomenon." But because he changed it midway, they gave him negative points, and he ended up getting third place. When went to get his third place award, his mother, who was the coordinator of the show, goes over and says, "Let me give my son the award." At the time, nobody knew that it was her son, so she goes, "Omedeto, Setsu-san, congratulations, Setsu." And when she goes to drop, or sorry, when he goes to get the trophy, she drops the trophy at his feet, a glass trophy, and it fucking shatters. And you see their faces among the broken glass. And she says, "I'm ashamed of you. You're pathetic," and fucking walks away. Like, bro, what a fucking cunt scumbag whore. Like, bro, she needs to get fucking like assaulted by fucking 5 men. Fucking terrible. That shit pissed me off, bro. And that fucking ruined Setsu. And man, I felt for him. I really felt for him. And I felt that nobody understood that, because nobody understood the dynamic that was going on prior to that. And he held all that in. He didn't tell anybody shit. And at the end, when he busted out crying, I was like, God damn. I didn't really cry because, it looked a little whiny, can't lie. But regardless, I really felt that emotion there, and I felt that resignation of having a cunt parent tell you that you're not shit when you really did your all, and everyone appreciated that you did your all, but no one understands what you went through. God damn, that's really fucking good storytelling, man. That's the type of storytelling that more anime should really invest in, where they draw you in and they give you some bullshit like that, and you're like, wow, and it pisses you off, but it makes you feel, and you feel emotion, and the anger and the sadness, and it helps you, build like sympathy for the character and all that shit. It was really good.
All right, and very good.
And one.
Alrighty, should I get to it then?
Yes, go ahead, and to your heart's content, talk about your favorite of the season.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this is a 5 out of 5 for me.
Gave it a 5 out of 5. All right.
5 out of 5. Vivy's Flora I Song. It finally ended, and I legit cried. I'm not gonna lie, I did tear up.
Good.
Just
like won't cry, like
no, just it was a silent tear.
Silent tears, okay.
All right, cool. Like basically, she goes back to where they were at episode 11, like they're back to where the thing where the future just started with the whole androids attacking the humans. And she's like, okay, like, and she finds Matsumoto again. It's like, okay, it's me. We got back in time again at the cost of the professor Matsumoto losing his life for this to happen. So Matsumoto's gone. Like, he's gone for good. Like, the professor, the android AI of him is still there.
Mm-hmm.
And then she says, okay, we have to get rid of the archive. Like, we got to disable it. It's that way she could sing and kill the AI and to wipe out the AIs, like shut them down. Mm-hmm. So they said, like, so you had to go there, you had to disable archive and all that to get it working, and that way she could sing her song finally.
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes back to where the first episode, where like her original stage, where like the small audience. Mm-hmm. And then I forgot the computer's name there, but it was like a support, like it was like a little kind of like one of those computer type that looks like a vending machine type of thing. Talks to Vivy, and there's like a hologram of the form of a little girl, like her first fan. Mm-hmm. He says, if you sing this song, you're going to die too. And she says she knows, and that's why she said it's okay. Wow. And she finally says that she finally found her message of what it means to do something from the heart. Mm-hmm. Her reason is because to me, pouring my heart into something means singing along to my memories. So to me, heart is another word for memories.
Kokoro.
And so
I forgot what memory is Japanese, but yeah.
Yeah. So basically, everything she's experienced, like her memories, she's singing about it in this plan.
Yeah.
So she sings. She's singing like the troops are doing their job to disable the archive. Matsumoto was able to get there to help out, like during in their mission while Vivy's singing. You see the static coming from Vivy's body. Visuals just like going all static while she's slowly dying as she sings the song. It's even called Flora I Song, which is the name of the anime, and that's the name of the episode. And like she fell to her knees, like still singing, like she does not want this to stop. And the archive gets disabled, the android shut down, and then Matsumoto's looking at all the satellites are like they're not going, like the satellites aren't dropping. But he found one. There was one drop. He's like, "Oh shit, I have to go there." So Matsumoto crashes into the satellite, sacrificing himself to get rid of that satellite. And then the android shut down. I say except for Elizabeth because of Elizabeth, she was rebuilt, so she's built differently. So she's fine. But Vivy, once she sang that song, she collapsed
and dies.
And she's dead. Like she's thank you for hearing me sing, and then she just shuts down, eyes blank, all that.
Well, with a lot of androids, they say, they fulfill the mission. Yeah, she fulfilled her mission.
No, she did. She made the humans happy with her singing. She saved the humans. Cost the AI shut it down. And then,
True.
And then during the credits, you see like the humans trying to rebuild and all that. Eventually AIs come back. And eventually, you see a reincarnated Vivy and Matsumoto. So that was like you see Vivy with short hair now. Matsumoto's still a cube. He tells Vivy to wake up. Like, hey, how you doing? Like, it's time for you to start. Like, your mission is to help make people happy with your singing, but just actually being a singer. There's no apocalypse. There's no nothing. She's having that normal life.
Wait, is that not a flashback maybe to like the beginning of her singing?
No, like it's like that's over. It's like she's humming that song that we used to shut down the AIs. Like she's humming it.
Yeah.
Now it's just a regular song.
Nice.
So, but just hearing the song with the lyrics and what they mean with her whole entire journey. That's where the tear in my eye came from.
Yeah, no, I mean,
she's legit sang her heart out to this, and everything like you experience everything.
Right.
And it's just it was bittersweet in that regard, like with how the AIs beforehand, like they've been dying, like the characters like Ophelia and that, and, like you had a feeling like she was going to go too. And yeah, in a way, she did, and it was while fulfilling her mission, and she finally got an answer of what it means to sing from the heart. And again, it was just fucking beautiful, and easily my favorite from the season. It's probably gonna be on a top list for the year. We gotta see how the rest goes. Yeah, definitely watch it. I know you're skeptical, but I say just trust me on this one.
All right. I'll add it to the list. I'll get to it.
It's like I know more than your friend who recommended you that mediocre one. No offense.
All right. Let me put it on here somewhere.
All
Where
right.
am I gonna put it? Where am I gonna put it on here? I'll put it. I don't even know what the hell I could put it on here. There's so many. I've got over 70 anime I gotta get to. 76 animes currently. I won't get to all of them clearly. That no time soon. But god damn it. All right.
You'll find a way. You'll find it.
I'll find a way. Hold on? Was it you that mentioned Demon Lord Retry to me?
No.
I think. What the fuck? Why is this on here?
I have no idea.
All right, I'll add it after Inspector.
Okay.
Vivy.
Yep.
There we go. After Vivy. All right, there we go. Proof, ladies and gentlemen, I added it to my list.
All righty. There we go.
All right.
Real quick before we talk about our stuff, I did watch Shadow's House. We have one more episode left. And Midiko is no longer like brainwashed, to say. Because basically, since you're drinking the tea, which has the suit in it, it's considered a suit sickness. So Kate found out that, okay, she just has to drink water. She has to, like, basically chuck it out. Like, I'll chuck the suit out of her. And now they find out that the quote-unquote living dolls are, again, they're really humans. So, like, shadows go to a small village, grab some kids, make them drink the stuff in it, then they pass out. They form the shadows from their bodies to, like, develop these personalities, and the humans believe that they're dolls serving
Promotional
the shadows the whole time,
consideration
when they're
paid
really
for
not.
by the following.
Hey folks, PC Tony here. Thanks to our new partnership with Angry Lemonade, you can save 10% on physical products and digital commissions using the promo code ChairShot. Head to angrylemonade.net to check out their amazing catalog of products and services. Use the promo code ChairShot to save 10%. That's angrylemonade.net.
It was interesting so far. But yeah, can't wait for the finale. And now... Now that that's out of the way, let's get through the meat of the reviews. Which one first?
Wait, I haven't talked about 86 real quick.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I haven't talked about 86. One of my favorites. You talk about
all right. Okay, let's finish. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you said the best for last. Okay.
Trample on my feelings. We have a long way to go, ladies and gentlemen. I still have to talk about 86. We still have to talk about Moriarty. We still got to talk about Megalobox, and we still have to talk about Tokyo Revengers, which are the three that we are caught up on currently. I guess I'll go over real quick. I also finished Back Arrow, which is probably one of the worst animes that I've seen, but I still consistently watched it. I gave it a 2 out of 5. Wouldn't recommend it. The animation is fantastic. It had a lot of hype based off of the fact that the OP of Core 1 of that show was done by Lisa, one of the most well-renowned singers in all of anime and in Japan in general. There was a lot of hype behind it. It's a mech anime based off of, I don't even want to describe the story because it sucks so bad. The story is fucking terrible. Absolutely terrible. The animation is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Music is pretty good. Not bad. It's cool. But the meat of the story is based off of the animation. The animation was really well done. The mech action is really well done. The fight scenes are really cool. Lots of explosions. And that's where everything stops. Everything else fucking sucks. Hated the fucking show when it came to the fucking story. Terrible fucking story. Terrible. Like, it was just so many different parts that were just like, what the fuck? Why? Or what? Like, you shouldn't be saying why or what unless you're like, why? Like, oh my God, why? That's the only time you should say why. Not like, why? Why the fuck did that? That makes no fucking sense. You shouldn't be saying that. So I gave it a 2 out of 5. That's my review on Back Arrow. If you like mech action, cool. If you want to watch an anime with a cool animation, cool. Wouldn't recommend that one. Watch Vivy, because Vivy's got stupendous fucking animation. I haven't even seen that fucking show, and I've seen the animation on that, and it's fucking amazing. It looks fucking gorgeous. Killer. If you want to watch a show based solely off of animation, watch Vivy, let alone all the shit that Matthew just went over why it was great. But I digress. 2 out of 5. Anyway, let's get to one of my favorites of the season, 86. I watched the season finale, and one of our protagonists and the whole group of 86, which are basically the subjugated and discriminated race, they're all dead. And that or at least they're implied they're all dead. And that fucking sucks. They beautiful, they went out deeper into enemy territory, visited places that hadn't been touched since the war started 9 years before. Beautiful flower fields, untouched streams, relics of old Japan with schools and towns and still like the things with shops. Like, it's really good. But from the moment that the season finale starts, it's emotional. They have like a mech dog. The mech dog saves fucking one of the 86 and dies. Shin, in order to recognize what that mech dog has been for him and to the group since he met the dog, quote unquote dog, I should say. He leaves the box of names. For those who don't know the box of names in that show, Shin carries around a toolbox full of etchings from the other machines, like the other fighters of his fallen comrades. There are over 500 dead 86 inside of that box. To memorize that dog and to memorize the 86, he leaves the box with him. They take what remaining supplies they had because they were in a battle. They lost a bunch of supplies and fuel and food. They take what remaining they have. They bring it over and they hook it to the trailer of the remaining machine that's working because the other machines aren't working where the other 86 were in. Shin also, which is the main character, has an ability to hear the dead, basically. It's a different explanation, but I'm trying not to ruin it completely. Has the ability to hear the dead. He basically hears that there's a bunch of legions coming because the legions are made of dead people that never got to escape the battlefield, and he jettisons with all of his 86 friends still in. He jettisons the trailer, causes a landslide to block them from following him, and he goes into battle by himself. The 86 eventually join him with machine guns, which won't do shit against these giant mechs, and they basically all fight to their deaths. The sad part of the season finale, or the core finale, I should say this is a core finale of 86. There'll be a second core unannounced. So there'll be a second part to this, thank God. I can't wait to see. But the second part of this is Lena, who's on suspension currently because of her actions with the in the previous episode where she used an air raid, an unauthorized air raid to save the 86. She travels to their base where they used to live at, where she would talk to them often, and they're recruiting in a bunch of new 86 for her to lead. Eventually they'll all die as well because the whole purpose of that mission is for them to basically fight and fight and fight and fight until they're all dead. Because again, the people that are controlling them or ordering them to fight are really racist, and they hate colored people's skins and hairs and things of that nature. It's very, as I mentioned before, Code Geass-esque, where they discriminate against the what is it, the 47 in Code Geass? What are they again?
For which one?
In Code Geass, what are the section? What are they in? Section 8? What are they? No. This is gonna drive me nuts. The Japanese that are discriminated against in Code Geass.
Area 11?
Area 11? Yeah, I think they're Area 11.
Yeah, the United States and Japan, they know it's Area 11.
Area 11, yeah. So they're basically like the Area 11 where they're discriminated against. In any case, she goes over to the base and she peruses through the stuff. She manages to go into Shin, who she's starting to fall for, goes to his bedroom and sees the cut off hanged figures, which means something in the season. It's a really sad note. They left their cat. They had a cat there. And so she sees the cat, she goes, pets the cat, and the cat goes to a drawer, and the drawer contains a book that Shin was reading at one of the first times of their interactions. When she opens the book, she sees a caricature of herself as a pig. They would refer to Alba. They're called Alba. She would refer to them as pigs, and that's how the Alba would refer to the 86 as. Again, it's supposed to be racist, so it's a bad connotation. So they have her as a pig caricature, but in a beautiful note that made me tear up. They left her a goodbye note. They said, "If you're stupid enough to read this, you're really stupid." And it was, but it was meant in like a loving way. And they said, just various things about her and the nice things. They appreciated her. And the final one from Shin is said, "If you ever happen to find our final location, leave us flowers." By this time, it was implied they're all dead. And so, with tears in her eyes, she adopts the cat, as one of the notes instructed her to adopt the cat. And she goes to like the sunset at the end of this day, and she says, "I promise I'll look for you guys." And it's implied that she's going to go out somehow and try and find them. So they may not all be dead, but regardless, it's a really sad ending to the core. I gave this a 5 out of 5 as well, just because of the fact that, again, it has that heavy Code Geass feel to me. The mech action is superb. The music is absolutely stupendous with the accompanying sad music. I can't stress this enough. The 86 is definitely one of the animes of the season for sure. Vivy will be up there for a lot of reasons. 86 will be up there for a lot of reasons. Most people are going to talk about Fruits and others in terms of the animes of the season. Probably My Hero because of how popular it is. Although My Hero, unrelated. I know you're not watching, Matthew, but My Hero is one of the most disappointing animes of the season. We won't review that one because Matthew's not watching, and I don't review animes that are going to be in progress. So I'll probably review that one in the summer.
There you go.
That's all done. And I think by then Matthew will be caught up as well. So we'll review that in the summer. But in any case, one of the most disappointing ones of the spring. But again, 86 will definitely be one of the animes for the reason of the season, in my opinion, and rightly so. It's literally Code Geass, like I said, without the maniacal sociopath, the brilliant mind that was Lelouch. So, I guess that'd be my review on that.
Alrighty, very good. Now, let's get to it. Moriarty.
Mm-hmm.
The final problem is here.
Mm-hmm.
He's ready to die.
This is also like Code Geass. What's it called? William is like Lelouch, where he comes up with this concoction of a plan to save his friends, to change the world, in this instance, change his world of London, of England, and die in the process for the sake of his plan. It very, very, very reminiscent of Code Geass. It wouldn't shock me at all if that's where they got that premise of the final problem, which was also, I think, similar to what Lelouch called it. I think called it the final solution. No, not the final solution was Nazism. Sorry. My bad. What did he called it? He called it something similar to the final problem. And it resonates so much with me because it reminds me so much of Code Geass.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, what did he call it? I don't know. We'll look at it later. But anyway, you there?
I'm still here.
Okay. I thought you cut out.
No. I was waiting.
But anyway, Moriarty. For Moriarty's plan to work, he decides to kill the aristocrats, the higher ups, just straight up murder, just to get Sherlock's attention. and now Lewis doesn't like this plan.
He doesn't.
Yeah,
nor does Fred. Fred fucking spoke. Holy shit! He has a voice. He's not a mute. He spoke. It was great.
I'm pretty sure he talked a couple of times. Just not a lot. He doesn't talk about. He doesn't express himself.
I don't recall him speaking. He does facials and he has looks, but I never recall hearing him speak.
He spoke a couple of times.
I don't recall. I was surprised as fuck. I was like, holy shit, Fred speaks. Oh my God, Fred has a heart. He's crying. Whoa, this is significant. Literally what I was saying when on my couch when I was watching this fucking episode. And Lewis is Lewis. Lewis has always been the very sympathetic figure.
Yeah, but that's the thing. At first he was okay with it. Now it's just like, now I actually don't want him to go.
Yeah. I mean, I guess.
Albert's fine. It's like Albert's like, I'm screwed, so go ahead.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I'd say so.
Like they know you're involved, kind of. You're probably going to jail.
I'm just crazy. He didn't even refute it. He just like stood there in silence while people that just chastised him in the court. I was like, wow, that's a soldier.
What do you like? What can he say?
Right. I mean, he could have lied and been like, "Oh, I didn't know anything."
He could, but I feel like that's not. I feel like that's not his style, though.
That's not his character. You're right. It's not his character. His character was he came up, he assisted, and he was gonna, fight with his brother to the very end. And
he told Sherlock's brother.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm doing this. You keep out of it.
Yeah. It's crazy that now that I said I wasn't a fan of the cat. Of the mouse, I'm sorry, of the cat getting the mouse, knowing he got the mouse and let him go. And it's so crazy how basically everybody knew Sherlock was the last to find out, but yet Sherlock is the last hope to save Moriarty from impending doom. And part of me feels like he's not going to. I don't think he's going to. I get that feeling that he's not going to.
It's
not going to be his fault. No, he's not going to let him die. He's going to fail. But it's going to be for the right reasons, if that makes sense. I think he's not going to prevent his death. He's going to do his damnedest to, but then he's going to find some closure in the way Moriarty dies because of some final conversation they're going to have before it happens. That's my guess.
Well, if you remember in the Robert Downey Journey, Robert Downey Sherlock movies.
I haven't seen them. I'm not much of a cinephile, so
in the second one he fights Moriarty, like at the very end, like Sherlock has his calculated plan of how he could beat Moriarty. But Moriarty's like, no, wait, but I could do this and beat you then. Like they were at a stalemate.
Absolutely.
And it's like, okay, there's only one thing I can do. So Sherlock grabs him and they both fall.
And they both die.
They both jump. They jump into the waterfall.
Oh, so you already know what's gonna happen.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, it could be different. The books are like the Sherlock books are different. The movie was different, but again, like Sherlock lived. Like, but that movie was like 10 years ago, so who cares? But no, Sherlock lived, like, quote unquote, like, spoiler type of thing, like the end question mark. They're not making another movie, so who cares with that? But I don't think they're gonna go that way. I read the manga. It does not go that way. I can't tell you.
Right. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, you're ahead of me when it comes to manga reading. I don't ever read the mangas, so I
only read a
virgin mind when it comes
if I enjoy the anime that much, if I know they're not going to make another season, that's when I'll read.
So you're not reading Revengers yet. Which, by the way, unrelated news for Revengers, real quick, that just popped up in my head when I talked about the manga. I read an article today that they're blown up. They've sold over 30 million copies since the manga became a anime, and it's due to how popular the season is. We'll get into
very good. We'll get to that soon. Yeah. But we have one episode left, and Sherlock meets Moriarty in the after credits, saying, "Hey, we're gonna talk."
I didn't watch the after credits. I didn't know that. Wow.
Oh, yeah. Sherlock walked into the room. He saw Moriarty. He's like, I think it's time we should have a chat. He's like, yeah, I agree.
Oh, shit.
So they're in the same room together right now.
Wow. I didn't see the after credits. God damn it.
Yep. But
good to know.
Great episode. I really wish there was one more episode after, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, you never know. Maybe they'll have an OVA, or what wouldn't shock me if they give us an OVA, with the fucking DVD bundle, like unaired episode.
Well, again, OVA is like original, like not in the manga.
I mean, maybe
that's what OVA. That's what OVAs are basically, like their own thing. But either it would be like an extra, a little longer, or
maybe an uncut, maybe a director's cut.
I don't know. We'll find out. I can't wait to see how they handle it. Alrighty. Next one since we're on Funimation, let's talk about Megalobox. Quite the turn with Mac. Now he is this nomad.
I really
the Hummingbird.
Yeah, dude. Like it. So I put that in our what's it called, in the group thread that you made. It's so crazy how now that Joe is the Hummingbird and Mac is the Nomad, and how at the beginning of the year when we see the reverse and we see that Chief is the Hummingbird to Joe's Nomad,
right?
And it's so crazy how the roles have turned. Seeing how we see the flashback of Mac's life when he's speaking to his former partner. It's narrated by the song that Chief used to play. They said, "Oh, that brings up memories."
Yeah, because the guy was like playing it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like it's so. And then his son trying to read the words and telling his mother, like, "Oh, I felt that, man," when he told his mother, like, "Don't worry, Papa will be back," and Papa came back. "I told you Papa would come back." Oh my God, my heart fucking melted, bro, when I saw that. That was stupendous. And like I said, that irony of Joe becoming the Hummingbird to Mac's Nomad, after his life is completely basically upended with the revelations that came out of episode 11. While Joe, meanwhile, has repaired all of his relationships with his extended family. Right. And is preparing and is probably in the best mental and physical shape he's been in since he fought Yuri. He's got Yuri helping him. Like, there's so many different ironies that are so cool about this,
But now that we know the story of how the Hummingbird dies to help the Nomad, now do you think that will happen to Joe now? I know we said no last time, but do you think it's going to change now after hear more of that story of the Hummingbird actually died helping this Nomad?
I felt like some foreshadowing when Yuri was like, "Don't you die on me, Joe," when they were having that conversation, and he mentioned, "Don't you die on me, Joe," and I was like, is that a premonition? And I was like, I hope not. And then you just brought that up, the fact that the Hummingbird does die in the end. I mean, dude, that would fucking suck.
Because remember, Chief was the Hummingbird to Joe, and he died.
And he died, and we know Joe's on borrowed time because of the aneurysm that he had, or whatever issue that he had where he collapsed. So I hope not. I hope I shouldn't say I hope, but I think what's gonna happen is Joe loses in Mac time. A beautiful fight. It'll be another stupendous fight. I think it'll be a long, drawn out fight too. I don't think it's going to be one of those like 2-3 round. It'll be like a 5, 6, 7 rounder. Joe goes into
I think
cardiac
8
arrest
rounds.
after getting knocked. 8. Okay, you can say 8 rounds. That's fine. So pretty somewhere around there. Joe gets knocked out, goes into cardiac arrest, but he's saved and he stays alive. He retires. He's never going to fight again. But he goes through that death moment, and maybe he'll like speak to Chief or something like that, or maybe he'll probably see Pops. He'll probably see Chief, but he'll probably see Pops, and Pops will tell him like you got a long way to go, and like he just resuscitated, and they'll have like a coming to Jesus moment somewhere. So it wouldn't shock me at all if that were to happen. That's my stab at what may happen, but we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting when we find out what happens. When we have the big fights, I can't wait for it. Yeah, it's definitely another banger for the season for sure.
They're definitely underrated. Definitely, like I said before, one of the most underrated shows of the season. It's gonna fly under the radar. It's a shame, but it's one of my animes of the season for sure. I agree as well.
All right, now speaking of Tokyo Revengers overselling manga records, we're going to talk about Tokyo Revengers. Looks like the first half is done, unless there's one more episode.
Well, I mean, actually, let me go and see. Will there be an episode 12? Let's go real quick.
Well, no, I think there will, because they showed the second core images, so...
Did they? I didn't. Like
I saw the poster for it online, like the second core. So I get like there is going to be a second half. That's going to be
soon. Will be an episode 12 next week, according to analysts. There is an episode 12 on Saturday coming out. So there'll be at least one final episode coming in.
Okay. Well, the hospital finally showed up, and Draken was temporarily dead for minutes, a few minutes, I think. Until he gets rushed to the hospital. Now everyone's worried. Hina, Emma, especially Mikey. We'll get to Mikey in a bit, but all that the gangs retreat. No more Mobius. We now have Valhalla. I believe the guy called it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he called it Valhalla. It's like he's gonna ruin this gang Tomen's life. Like until next time, and then. Yeah, while it's going on, Draken's getting surgery done, and they find out that the surgery is a success. Surgery's done, and Draken's alive. So and he changed the future.
His history, because when he gets back, he doesn't have Naoto's number on his phone. Akun has the same hairstyle and is now a hairstylist. And at the end of the episode is Naoto saying, "Let's go see my sister. Let's go see Hina." And one of the things I brought up is I'm so curious because basically Takamichi's a putz. He went back to being a putz. So, like, what happened after that moment when he said goodbye and he shook Naoto's hand? Like, what happened in that immediate moment after? Like, whoa, what the fuck? Why am I here? And then what would have happened subsequently afterwards? Because if he's still a putz, he still ran away. He's obviously got life lessons. He's got his little scar now in his hand from when he got stabbed. So he's changed mentally for sure, but his life circumstances haven't. He's still working at a shitty video store. He's still a putz.
Yeah, like did he not wear his outfit?
Yeah, like what happened? Like, did he break up with Tina? Did he run away again? Like, why is he not a gang member still? Why is Akun not a gang member? Like, there's so many different questions, and we may get the answer to those. Based off if you look at the artwork, and they're gonna go back in history again. So clearly, this is far from done. The manga is still going. It's far from done, but there's so many different questions I have in terms of what happened. So. Man, I don't know, but it's definitely one of the surprises. It started out kind of cringy, wasn't really looking forward to it, and each episode's gotten better and better and better and better. And it's also one of the sleepers. It probably will be one of the top anime of the season as well. I'd say so for sure. Yeah, dude, another great episode.
Yeah, definitely a lot of fun. We finally see Mikey cry after finding out that Draken was alive. Like it shows how much Draken means to Mikey, so we got to see he actually emotes. So
yeah, it is.
So that was nice, and the fact that that Takamichi got Mikey's old first outfit as a gift.
Yeah,
he just doesn't give that to anyone. So
is he a commander now? Because he's got the commander outfit. He's wearing the commander outfit in the in the thing, right?
Yeah,
so
so I don't know. It was just the outfit, but I don't think he gets a certain title yet. Or he'll probably be like in the middle higher up.
They I was gonna say they said it like without him, they're dead. And it was so crazy when you see Mikey. He's like it's crazy that you knew, like you're the only one that knew that there was internal strife, and you picked up on it before everyone else. Who are you? Like who the hell are you? And he's like, I'm and then Mikey went back to being
your outfit's
Mikey.
stupid. Like your outfit's stupid.
Oh yeah, dude, for sure.
Yeah, that was a stupid outfit.
Whoa, why did it go to episode 11? Whoa. I accidentally clicked on analyst and I went to episode 11. Open editor list. Oops, let's go backwards. Nope. Sorry. Oh, my bad. I'm on my analyst and I accidentally clicked that I watched episode 11.
There you go.
Let's not, or sorry, episode 12 of this. Where's delete? Delete activity. There we go. Delete activity. Sorry, guys. My bad. Bad interruption. Anyway.
Alrighty, but yeah, definitely a fun episode. Can't wait to see they're halfway done next week. And I will find out with Hina what happened with Hina. Maybe we'll see Mikey and Draken.
Somehow I feel like Hina's a whore. Maybe Hina's a whore. I don't know.
No, I don't think she's a whore. I just think she either found someone or waited for Takemichi. We don't know yet. We'll find out.
Oh, Hina! I thought you meant. I'm thinking fucking. What's her face?
Emma?
Yeah, Emma's the whore. My bad.
Oh no, I think she's still with Draken at this point.
I mean, do you think they would have made high school love, or like middle school love, whatever the fuck they were at the time? Maybe, right? I don't know.
I mean, yeah, she only did this to get Draken jealous, and it did not work. But they're still together.
He still should have smashed. He definitely should have fucking smashed, dude.
I mean, yes, but I don't think that would have bowled well for Takemichi at the end.
Hey, bro, I mean,
it's not like you slept with my girl. Respect, like,
bro,
and you're like, yeah, what of it?
Bro, he wouldn't even give a shit. Draken fucking was getting fucking jerked off, and he was like 6. It wouldn't have mattered.
Well, yeah.
All
right.
So,
what was
others?
What do we have? What do we have left?
I mean, like I said, it's just so tough because I'm still behind. I'm behind on Hijiro, behind on To Your Eternity. Those are 2 other ones we're watching.
That I saw To Your Eternity before we got on here. I won't go into detail because you're still watching it, but again, Gugu's still awesome, and he reveals his thing to Rina. I believe her face. No, not the face.
Ring.
Like
the
what
ring.
happened.
Oh wow. Oh shit. But he hasn't revealed his face. I want to see his face. How fucked up it is.
You don't see the face.
That's sad. What else did I catch up on? I caught up on I've Been Killing Slimes for 300 Years. That's a pretty good episode. It's a nice wholesome episode. It's a nice wholesome series as a whole. If you like an isekai that's wholesome, you can watch that. That's pretty cool. Boruto. Let me talk about Boruto for a couple seconds.
All right.
I get a lot of flack for loving Boruto, and some of it is deserved. I'm not going to sit here and say Boruto is the best anime series ever. It's clearly not. But one thing I will say about Boruto, this week's episode, Naruto and Sasuke get clapped. They get their ass cheeks fucking clapped like a bang.
The fact that you're making that noise.
Yeah, Jigen is the one clapping those cheeks, son. Clapping those cheeks, B. He really, bro, fucking nasty. So if for those who don't watch Boruto, the Akatsuki from Naruto Shippuden is still the primary antagonist of the show. Jigen is basically, somebody said Kaguya's daddy. I don't know about Kaguya's daddy, but he's at minimum Kaguya's partner, because the Akatsuki, we find out throughout the series when they battle them periodically, is they come in pairs to wherever planet they're at. So we never found out who Kaguya's partner is. We find out it's Jigen, aka Shiki. So they battle it out. He claps Naruto and Sasuke, although we learn that Jigen's body, and the reason why he wants Kawaki, is because of the fact that the body can't handle any more stress of being an Akatsuki host. It's dying. And so had Naruto and Sasuke been able to prolong the fight for maybe a few more minutes, they would have won. But in any case, Naruto is sealed in a crazy like sarcophagus. Sasuke, at the behest of Naruto, escapes the realm they're in and teleports himself back to Konoha, and he lands directly at what's his face, at Sakura's feet. And based off of the manga, we know he'll be out for a while. So Yeah, craziness. The animation though for that fight between Naruto, Sasuke, and Ishiki, superb, absolutely superb. I would advise you to go out of your way to watch that fight because that fight is awesome. And if you want, well, it's tough because a lot of people they really love Naruto and Sasuke, so to watch a battle where they get their asses actually clapped, it's probably not going to go over well, but the fighting is great as usual. When they fight, they're excellent. We see full body Susano and we see full Nine Tails Kurama mode, and they still get clapped in those modes. It's fucking amazing. This guy is super OP. I know what happened in the manga already. That's the only show. I don't read the manga, but I read the manga spoilers for Boruto, so I know everything that's going on right now until like the last episode. I think this just dropped this week or the last chapter. So I got to see what happened. But overall, they're getting really deep into it. I'm really, really, really looking forward to how this progresses. I have Boruto as a 3 because we're 204 episodes in. I gave it a 3 out of 5 just because of how shitty the what's it called? The God damn it, the filler. The filler is really shitty. It's one of the shittiest things about Boruto. I can't defend it. It's really fucking shitty. But man, these last episodes, I'd give it a fucking 5. It's been stellar. The animation, the fighting, the storytelling, fucking great. Fucking great. So it's slowly but surely it might get raised to a 4 out of 5 for me. But that's my 2 cents on Boruto. Like I said, I'm behind on My Hero, so I'll watch that when we're done here. Slime Diaries ends tomorrow this week. Osamaka's got one more. I got one more week after this. So Slime Diaries ends tomorrow. Cesvis ends on Wednesday. Cesvis is the MMA fighting one. It's got pretty shitty CGI. I can't lie. It's really CGI heavy. But the story is okay and the fighting's really good. Something I watch. If you like MMA and combat sports, boxing, things of that nature, you can watch it. It's pretty cool. I'm 2 episodes behind on Spider. That ends this week as well. What else do we have going on? God damn it. Mars Red ends next week along with Fruits and Hachiro. What else am I missing? I'm missing one. Nagatoro ends at the end of this week as well. Oh, Full Dive. Full Dive also. I'm caught up on Full Dive. It's another funny anime. It's a Funimation anime. It's pretty funny. It's not really that important for me to go into details.
Why should you visit thechairshot.com?
Okay.
Thechairshot.com is your home for hard-hitting reviews, news, opinion, and analysis.
But yeah, those are the episodes that are ending.
Why? Because you're smarter than the average fan. Thechairshot.com. Always use your
I
head.
believe we are caught up in our reviews. Do we want to get to that topic from the Facebook group?
Yeah, let's do that. Actually, you know something? Angel, I don't know if you just noticed. Angel posted a thing of Ragnarok. I guess he watched it. Oh, interesting.
Oh, let me see if I have to yell at him real quick. Give me
so I'll read it out to you while you read it. It says, for those who finished it, what are your thoughts on Ragnarok Season 1? My thoughts is it's somehow similar to Baki, fight and design-wise, but that's where the comparison ends. It's more realistic than Viking, which is ridiculous because it's God versus men. It's better paced, love the stories, and at no point was I bored. What occurs in fights actually made sense. I can't wait for Season 2. So I can't wait for you to discuss that with him.
Well, I can't. I go to disown him.
All right. For those who don't know, well, of course you guys don't know. You guys were fucking recording. Duh, that's why you wouldn't know. We went in our Facebook group. By the way, as Matthew mentioned at the top of the show, for those who don't know, if you can search on Facebook, Talk the Cake Anime, I'm an admin. We just recently made Marte a moderator, so we both have the ability. I think you have the ability to add people, right?
Well, I'm the moderator, not Marte. Marte made me.
Marte, my bad. Marte made Matthew a moderator. My bad.
All right.
It's Ed. Names with the letter M in it. My bad. Anyway, so we both have the authority now to approve people. I think you have the authority. Do you have the authority to approve people or no?
I do.
You do, yeah. So if you want to join us, it's just search Talk the Cake. Right now, our banner is of JoJo. If you see a purple banner with life renditions of JoJo, That is our group. Go ahead and add us on there. Go ahead and let us know before you add, or if there's a way to let us know that you heard us on the Talk the Keki podcast, so we can definitely add you and shout you out. We'd appreciate that. We appreciate your support as well for listening. And if that's how you find us, that's even more stellar. But yeah, we went into the group and we asked people for some suggestions. I'll leave the post up for them. If anybody from the group is listening to this, the post is going to be the top until I guess Angel or Marte remove it. It'll be the top announcement. So if you want to give us some podcast suggestions for our next episode, please feel free to. We asked again for some suggestions. We got one from Joshua David Bonilla. Shout out to him. He asked several questions. He asked, what is our most underrated anime? What is our favorite classic anime? And for our group creator, Angel, why is Dragon Ball Z the best anime? And he can eat his whole ass. Something along those lines.
Well, we're not going to do that last part.
We're not going to, well, maybe with, but I'm not going to get into that. Anyway. Yeah, so most underrated anime. What do you think, Matt?
I will let you go first. I actually have to think of this one.
It's tough for me to be able to come up with that because of the fact that I've only been watching anime consistently since 2018, basically January of 18. So it's tough for me to really give an underrated anime. I can give you an opinion on an anime that I've seen that I think is underrated. But again, I've seen 186 titles, so now I'm going through my end list right now to see if there's anything that stands out really quick as underrated. Great Pretender, I don't know about that. I don't know how people feel about the Bunny Girl Senpai series.
That's popular.
Is it popular?
That's
I know the memes are popular.
The anime in general, that is popular. So.
I guess one anime that I was championing as very underrated. I can just bring this up just briefly. It's probably not my most underrated anime, but something that sticks out to me as very underrated is Assault Lily. It's a show from last season. Did you happen to catch any of it, Matthew?
Yeah, I saw a bit of it. Yeah, that was okay.
It's pretty good. So the premise for Assault Lily is there are these, I guess, magical creatures on Earth that are destroying, that can destroy different parts of Japan. They're called, I think they're called, what the fuck are they called? Not Meiji. Meiji is the fucking Hugie. They're called Huge. They're called Huge or Hugie. They're like these like foreign alien creatures that destroy Earth. There's a secret, or not a secret, rather. There's like a fighting force of teenage girls called Lilies. And they are in charge of destroying the Huge and saving the humans and saving the towns using what's called Meiji, which is basically like magic. They use what's called charms, which are basically like magic guns, and they're pretty fucking sweet. They're really sweet. The action is really good. The girls are really cute, not in any sexual or creepy way. They're just really cute, wholesome girls. There's a little bit of a Yuri element to it, which is pretty cool. Can't lie about that. And yeah, I liked it. Like I said, the action was really good. I hope there's a season 2. I don't know that it will be. Depends on how popular it is. According to analysts, this is the 95th highest rated anime of 2020. So that's not terrible. It's the 67th most popular anime in 2020, and that's not terrible either. So it's got an average score of 61%. So it's not a shitty anime by any means. I enjoyed it very much. No one talked about it at all, which drove me mad. But yeah, I guess that would be my underrated anime of the week.
All right. Yeah, I have one. Tokyo Magnitude 8.0.
Tokyo Magnitude 8.0?
Yep, happened in 2009, where life after a Magnitude 8 earthquake hit Tokyo, after Mirai wished things would basically fall apart, and that's when this earthquake happened, and it's like learning how to live life after this big earthquake. It's a drama. It is a drama. It is okay. It's a good dramatic one, and it's like 2 years before the actual earthquake hit, when it was like a 9.0 magnitude. So, yeah, it's definitely good character development. If you're into drama, it's definitely something you can check out. It's even on my anime list. Did
you make your anime list?
No, I did not yet. But no, it's got an 8.04 on any list. I recommend it, and if you're that type of drama, character development, post-apocalyptic type natural disaster, if you're into that type of natural disaster type thing, then definitely check that out. As for why is DBZ the best anime ever, it's not.
Wait, before you answer that, what's it called? What is your most favorite classic anime? So for me, again, I've only been watching for 4 years. I did watch DBZ as a kid. So based off of me, I would have to say it is DBZ in terms of my favorite classic anime. I saw others. Pokemon's considered an anime. Speed Racer's considered an anime. And I saw a little bit of Speed Racer as a kid.
Right.
Very, very late on Cartoon Network. But for me, it has to be Dragon Ball Z, followed by Pokemon, since those are the two animes that I didn't know were animes that I was watching as a child. What about you? Go ahead.
Well, obviously, for my classic, it's still Cowboy Bebop. I still talk about it as my favorite anime ever. So that's definitely one. I know that guy. What's his name that doesn't like it? What's his name?
I don't even know. I haven't seen it, to be fair, but it's on my list to be watched.
It's anime Quentin Tarantino. That's all you need to know. That's good enough for me. But no, great stories, great characters, satisfying conclusion of the way the story went. Definitely worth watching. And again, with my underrated Tokyo Magnitude, and for DBZ, it's a no. I'm sorry.
I gave it. I think I gave it a 3 out of 5. I give a lot of the movies 3 out of 5. No, I'm lying. I gave a lot of the movies 2 out of 5. Some of the movies are just fucking terrible, but they're not canon. I know they're not canon, but
except for the Battle of God. Well, it was Battle of the Gods and all that, but they made
They made and then Broly's not canon, I think now.
Broly is canon. The newest
Broly is now canon, where the other ones weren't. I gave it 3 out of 5. I enjoy DBZ. I agree, it's not the best. It is a standard bearer though. It is definitely one of the.
It's one of the most popular. It's the thing. Like looking back at it now, if you were to rewatch the whole thing, it's outdated as hell.
It is very outdated. No, for sure, it's very outdated as hell.
So definitely watch DBZ. If you want to watch it, watch DBZ Kai with less filler. But it's not the greatest, but it's a more iconic, very why people to anime.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Judging it by itself, I cannot say it's the greatest. I actually like Dragon Ball better than Dragon Ball Z.
I like Z better. I mean, it's not. At least it's not GT. It's not GT.
It was simpler times. It was a nice come-of-age story. Everyone
Goku's still perverted.
Oh yeah, again, everyone meant something. Roshi, Krillin, Bulma, Oolong, Yamcha, Tenshinhan, Chaozu, all these people.
Yamcha he meant something? Whoa! Mindfuck!
I know. Now he's just... Actually, no. He's fucking Vidal. It's not Gohan. Gohan died. He's dead to me. Gohan died when same hair, same small spiky hair, just has a scar. He got rid of it surgically. Yamcha's fucking Vidal. I'm sorry. No, Gohan's dead. He's fucking dead. He peaked. He's done. He died. No, after killing Cell, he just died. He doesn't exist. I don't care.
So what do you think about his Super run? He was great in Super. He got back to his old self in Super, basically.
Yeah, and look what happened.
He's the third best guy on the team, I guess. But...
No, he doesn't care. He doesn't.
Gohan earned my respect, man. Gohan earned my respect in Super. I laugh. I'm laughing because it's funny, but I know legit. I think he earned my respect.
He got props, but again, it's too late. You fucked up. You had two chances of making Gohan something, but the fans are like, no, it has to be Goku. And it's like, well, okay, I'll say Gohan peaked.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, bro, it kind of falls back into the argument of like, Michael Jordan had like 3 sons. They were never really great at basketball. Like Goku has a son. It doesn't mean he has the greatest fighter ever.
But like Gohan was confirmed stronger than him when he fought Cell. Even when he was Ultimate Gohan or Mr. Gohan or whatever the fuck you want to call him, he was confirmed he was still stronger than everyone. But he just didn't care.
I don't mind it though, because I mean, you could use the plot hole or the plot excuse to the fact that he's half human, and humans are fucking pathetic and suck. So you know, you can go with that. You know, because he's not a full blown Saiyan. That's why Goku.
He died. He died. No, he died. He's dead.
He's dead. He's dead in Matthew. Everybody.
No. He died a long time ago. It's Yamcha. The whole thing is Yamcha this whole time.
Oh god.
It's the only way he could fit in.
Fucking Yamcha. I've never seen a character more. If you ever, for people want to know, Sakura is useless. She's not Yamcha. She's not Yamcha, ladies and gentlemen. Pop them. There we go. Pop Matthew on that one. Oh man, I got the hometown pop on that one.
Fuck. All right.
On that note, is there anything else we want to go with? This is our longest episode yet. We're at an hour.
I'm okay with this. I'm okay. This works. All right, we're gonna close it off with recommendations for the week. The genre is high school romance. Let's get to that. Mine is School Days.
It's on my list. I gotta watch
School Days, best harem high school rom-com. So romantic. And I have someone yelling at me from the other side as I say this.
Partner's not happy.
No. But no, definitely recommend School Days. So romantic. Trust me.
Kawaii.
It's very kawaii. All right, your turn.
I would normally go to Clanad, but I can't keep recommending Clanad because people are going to get tired and will probably hate Clanad by the time I'm done recommending it. So I'm going to go with another recent one. I have a thing for recent animes. Gee, I wonder why. We're going to go with Teen Comedy Snafu. Did I recommend it? I feel like I recommended them already. Have I recommended Teen Comedy Snafu?
No, I think we touched on it briefly.
We touched on it briefly. I'm gonna recommend Teen Comedy Snafu. It's a great story. It's 3 seasons long. It's again a great story of how a disenfranchised kid who's an asshole. Even though I agreed with a lot of what he thinks at that time, but he's still an asshole. In his own mind. So I guess, touche. But in any case, how a disenfranchised asshole high school kid is taught a lesson about humility, and over that time falls in love with a complete bitch of a girl who ends up not being a bitch by the end. And it's got its great moments of funniness. It's got great moments of clarity and realization for teens that are at that age. It's got sadness involving breakups and not understanding your true feelings, or hiding them, or not understanding them. And again, the beautiful love story that blossoms over time between Hachiman and Yukino. So yeah, that would be my recommendation, I guess, for high school romance. Oh, I should have recommended fucking what's it called? Kaguya-sama.
Love is War. Oh yeah, that's always. Everyone should watch that. Everyone should watch that.
I guess that's gonna be a joint recommendation from the both of us then this week. Is gonna be Kaguya.
Definitely one of the best in a while. Highly recommended.
Super hilarious.
I thought we have talked our cake and ate it too. So we are going to close the Keki right here.
Put it back in for next week.
Yes, we will be on Spotify in a few days. We'll also be on Chairshot Radio on Saturday. Those episodes will be like a week behind, more or less, because we did start late due to waiting for our graphic, which we finally got. It is beautiful.
Yes,
I'm wearing my Shigeron outfit from Love is War, while he's wearing Kazuma from Konosuba, while we are eating Keki.
That's fucking amazing. Goddamn amazing, ladies and gentlemen. I want to shout out the person who fucking made that graphic, by the way. Shout out to Robin Holder, who was contacted on behalf of us by our group, Creator Angel. Shout out to the both of you guys. Without that, that logo would not be possible. We appreciate you guys so much. If there ever comes a time when we have merch, I want there to be fucking merch of that shirt. I promise to give Robin 1%. Angel can have a penny, because fuck you.
Especially after saying he loves Ragnarok.
Yeah, right. But no, seriously, Robin, thank you so much. We appreciate it. You're a great artist. Look her up, Robin Holder, on Facebook. I don't know if she wants to be shouted out. We don't have any of her social tags, so in case she doesn't, oops, my bad, our bad.
Yep. And
But
now up next, we gotta find an opening theme song. I am working on that. I'm gonna find someone who could do it.
oh man, that's gonna be awesome. I don't know. I mean, I have a generic theme song for my UFC podcast, and we don't have a theme song for the. I should talk to my boy about that. We don't have a theme song for the Orlando Tragics podcast. I gotta get on that.
All right. You can follow me at Damien Phoenix 12 on Twitter. You'll find me on there. I'm also a writer and /podcast for Chairshot. Special shout out to the Chairshot for letting us be on the radio station. Andrew and Greg are great people. I've worked with them when writing for Japanese wrestling or Puroresu. But again, you can find me there and on my other podcast, Suwama Station. We will be recording Sunday. We'll be recording Sunday after their Champions Night, where Jake Lee win the Triple Crown Championship. Hopefully, if they don't fuck up. Now, Ethan with his plugins.
Yeah, shout out by the way to Suwama. He recently got COVID. Hopefully he feels better. Sucks that he lost his belts that way, but that's his life. Shout out to Sean, our original host. We appreciate you, Sean, for hosting this and getting this endeavor started. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. So we definitely want to shout you out. As for my plugs, you guys can catch me at SHOSTOPPA24 on Twitter. You can catch me at podcast.senpai, NPAI on Instagram. From there, you can follow my Linktree, where you can find all of my other links to my various sites, including my two podcasts for the MMA for Mark's podcast and the Tragics podcast, and any of my social handles from there. If you want to look at my anime only Instagram, where I'm putting reviews up of the seasonals that I do catch up on. I'm trying to do those one per day going into this final season, and I'll also include previews in terms of next season as well. You can look at IAI_anime 24 altogether. So I_anime 24, which means love anime 24. And again, you can listen to me on Orlando Tragics. You can listen to me on MMA for Marks. And thank you so much.
All right. That's with that. Arigato and sayonara.
Oyasu minasan.
All right. That was good.
And where's the stop recording button? Stop recording.